Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I'm your reader, Jay. This is a mid-March reading for Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. What's going on, guys? Are you surprised to see me? Because I'm surprised to see you. If you've been with my channel for a while, you know I normally just do monthlies around here. And so, what can I say, guys? Mercury retrograde. I don't know about you, but a lot of crazy shit seems to be going on in Mercury retrograde. It's hitting me in ways I did not expect. And this is one of the ways, and this is actually a good way, because I wanted to, if you were with me in January or February, I think, I announced in most of my videos that I did back then, I wanted to introduce new content to the channel around springtime. March is the beginning of spring, and it's a Mercury retrograde, so the unexpected just happens, just comes all out. So so here I am doing a mid-month reading for you guys and everybody. You're also going to notice that you're the second sign that I'm going to upload. The part that I was guided to do was not only the reading, but also to make it a random reading. So I drew the 12 Zodiacs from a box. You guys came up second, so lucky you. I think second place is pretty cool. I don't mind a little silver medal. I actually prefer silver to gold in my personal life. But yeah, man, so here we are. 4 cards instead of 6. What I'm going to do now is shuffle for your outcome and your overall energy. And once all the cards are out, that's when the reading begins. If you're new around here, look in the description for the timestamp. If you are a returning viewer and you don't like my intros, you've probably already clicked there or dragged the bar across, so good for you. All right, guys, let's get your outcome for mid-March 2019. Outcome for Scorpio in mid-March, please. Oh, almost. Whoa. A lot of almosts, huh? Close but no cigar. Is that what's going on with you, Scorpio? I hope not. If I'm honest. There it is. Bottom of the deck's the overall. Well, well, well. How did I know that guy was going to show up, bye? Let's flip these cards and see what's happening with you, Scorpio. Okay. Well, then. Well, then. Oh, and the outcome also. Oh, jeez. Cool. Okay. All right, please show me Scorpio's prominent energy in mid-March, please. Please show me Scorpio's prominent energy in mid-March. Please show me. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Boom. Got it. Yeah, that was loud. You didn't hear it, but I heard it. That was loud. And actually, did the dog bark when I picked up this card? I'm going to see when I go back and edit this, but that was interesting. The dog barks again, so maybe he's confirming. Anyway, you come in to mid-March with the 4 of Pentacles, Scorpio. So, minding your money, you know, stacking your coins. Some of you actually are paying out coins. You might be paying into a machine. So some of you might be traveling, or like, you know, just like paying like parking meters. I feel like some of you are like feeding the meter while you have to run errands or take care of business, or you're feeding a machine in a more like grand, like institutional way, like you're paying right. Some of you might be paying your taxes or filing your taxes right now. And good for you for doing it in March and not in April, because people who wait till April, I'm like, dude, you had 4 months. That's just me. But so some of you are paying out into some kind of structure or some type of entity, and it doesn't feel great because your money is already tight. You know, this 4 of Pentacles is usually about withholding, not specifically money necessarily, but it's like so prominent. Like, what is that? What do you call those things? It's not a piggy bank, but I'm getting that feel. So there's just huge overtones that this is about actual cash flow for many of you Scorpios. So I feel that many of you are trying to hold on to what you have, or you're reluctantly having to pay out to an entity, an institution, a meter, Uncle Sam, maybe legal fees for some of you. Some of you might have been hit with like a lien in your paycheck, like You might have garnishments in your paycheck, something like that. And it's unpleasant. I'm going to tell you that. You're not a fan of this. You do not like this. It stings a lot. Partially because it is about money, and that has a lot to do with stability and what you'll have to reorganize your plans for your money. You'll have to restructure and sort of recalibrate your pocketbook or your checkbook. But the other thing that I'm getting is that it stings like socially. It stings to your your persona is what they're saying. Now, that's interesting that they said persona, because persona, from my studies, is the mask you wear, the status and who you present yourself as in the world, or how people interpret you in the world, how they view you. So if you are a well-to-do professional and you have a tax lien put on your home, or you have garnishments taken out of your paycheck, and somebody works in the payroll department at your company and they see this garnishment come through, that person, and if they're like an office gossip, that person and everybody that they gossip to now knows, oh, you are paying because of this. And so there's damage to your persona. Like, they're showing me now a cracked porcelain mask, and porcelain is precious. Porcelain needs to be taken care of. It's very delicate, right? So there is a delicacy, not in that way, but there is a delicateness, delicateness to the persona you have, Scorpio. A lot of you have a well-constructed public persona, and this dealing with money coming, or money going out to taxes, money going out to Uncle Sam, money going out to your baby mama, whoever, whatever the reason, or money being tight, money being restricted right now. Ooh, this is hurting you financially, pride, ego, in public. It's not nice. You're not having fun. And I'm sorry, because I know what that's like, man. I mean, I don't know the baby mama stuff, and I don't know what it's like to owe money to Uncle Sam. I did my taxes. I owed my state $2. So I did pretty good. So I don't know what it's like in that way, but I know what it's like to be embarrassed and feel like, oh my God, you just want to hide your face from the world. And it's like, girl, guy, don't hide your face. If you've got people, that's a whole different thing. I'm about to become your therapist. Let's move on, because I'm not here to be your therapist. That's for sure. So yes, you are not here for it. You are having, it feels very internal, that Four of Pentacles. It doesn't feel like a lot of people know about this financial woe of yours, or those that do, you trust them a lot. Okay. This is something that you're trying to keep under wraps for sure. And because it's stressing you out, because it's leaving you upset, agitated, sad, depressed, whatever you're feeling about that, you're now here with the Seven of Wands. So hell on wheels, man. You are hell on wheels with the Seven of Wands. You are taking no guff. You're not inviting people in. You are shutting everybody out, and you are standing firmly in place. Like, you are not into extracurricular activities right now. You are not taking anybody's advice. You are not taking anybody's invitation. You are just doing what you need to do between 9 to 5. This is what I do. When I go home, I'm doing that, and that's it. Like, you are living within the means, which makes sense. If you were overspending or you had to rebudget yourself, that makes sense. You're not going to go the extra mile. You're not going to slack off. You're going to do everything to the letter, to the T. Dotting your I's, crossing your T's, minding your P's and Q's, whatever little cliche phrase you want to use. And it's very like, I feel you were on the way to something. Like, you see that mountain in the background? I feel that this woman on this card was like on her way up that mountain. She was like, I'm going to climb. I'm going to climb Mount Everest. Anyway. So someone was on their way to climb Mount Everest, and then out of nowhere, no, I'm not going to do that. I have to stand my ground. I have to remain focused here. And she's on a plateau of sorts, or some type of, maybe in some cases like a stage, but I'm feeling like, obviously whatever she's standing on, that podium or whatever it is not a natural part of the landscape. So there's like this intrusion into this journey that this person was about to take, this ascension that this person was about to take. So you may have very well been on your way with your money, going somewhere. I saved away so I could have a weekend away with my best friends, whatever. Or I was planning a big purchase. You don't even have to be going away, but maybe it was a purchase that would allow you to travel. So maybe some of you were thinking of buying a car. And now, because you were restricted in your money, or you got hit with a huge bill or something like that, you have to stop where you are and unnaturally defend yourself. Why do I say it's unnatural? Because again, that stage, that platform that this person is standing on, this woman is standing on, is not a part of this natural snowyscape. You know, that mountain range, that's not natural. So progress stopped dead in your tracks. And because you're stopped dead in your tracks, because you can't have what you wanted to have, because you can't move the way you wanted to move, it gives you this aggressively defensive is how it feels, aggressively defensive energy. And I think it works for you for now. She looks very triumphant. I mean, look at how that cape is blowing in the wind. Look at her hair. She looks fabulous. I love it. But in the long run, these two together, shitty, not fun, not where you want to be. I feel it intrinsically. That's not where you want to be. You don't want to be paying out this money. You don't want to be hit with these bills. You don't want to have to be so tight-fisted with your cash or tight-fisted in general. You want to be more free. I'm telling you, girls and guys, for the few that are out there, you want to move forward towards that mountaintop. You really do. But you can't right now. You can't. And my throat just got really dry. Just a second. I need a drink of water. Pardon me. Now, so for now, you're really stuck. And you're in this aggressive defensive posture. And I think you're making like a circle. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think you're making a circle here. And I know it's a square, but in my mind, I wish you could see it. It's a damn circle. Anyway, so your next point in mid-March is going to be the Fool reversed. I'll show you this card upright so you can become used to it if you're not used to seeing this deck on camera on my channel, or, well, of course not my channel, or other channels, yeah? But in reverse. So, boy, oh boy, I think this stuck energy is like going to be your thing for a while. For a while, at least till the remainder of the month, which is disappointing, I have to tell you. That's disappointing to hear. Anyway, yeah, the Fool. So you're not wanting to be like this. You don't want to be, excuse me. You don't want to be in this reversed Fool energy, because it means you can't be as open and carefree as you once were, as you were planning to be, as you like to be, especially like with springtime rolling around, or, you know, like I said, you might have had literal travel plans. You were saving and then you were planning to go, and now you can't go. I was planning to buy a car so that I could stop relying on public transportation to get to work and do whatever I need to do. Pardon me, now I can't afford that car, or I can't get that car. And so there's a lack of movement. There's a lack of freedom with this Fool card also. A lack of carefree, robust energy, like hopeful energy. The wind has been knocked out of your sails. And I hate that it's so focused on money, because for me personally, I think that there's a lot of power in money. And I personally have to learn how to respect that and understand that. But I find it's difficult when I see people who are crippled or somehow restricted so much because of money. But I've been there too, so I totally get it. And so that's where I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sympathetic for you right now, Scorpio, is because I feel this is just like the worst timing for you, is how I'm feeling this. This is the worst timing, because you were ready. Like I said, with that mountainscape or mountain range in the background and getting to the top of Everest, okay? If that had come, or not even, if this wasn't, how can I explain it? Let's pretend that's not the Seven of Wands and that woman is moving up to that mountaintop. She's making her way up to the top of Everest, right? This would be her guiding light in the upright. she would have the full power on her side, the energy, the full energy of the Fool would be on her side. But she's standing on that unnatural platform in the middle of the mountains, and she's got the Fool in reverse. She can't move. And I'm feeling for a lot of you indignant, really agitated, really disappointed, really disheartened. You're feeling, a lot of you are feeling like rotten luck, or just my luck. Here we go again. Or, of course, this would happen when I was planning to pack my bags and go on this adventure. Just this would happen when I saved up enough money and then I had an emergency. And maybe that's it. And maybe it's not about taxes. Ooh, hello, maybe. Okay, we're going to talk about that in a second because they just gave me another scenario. But it could also be like, what was I saying? Because they interjected and they cut me off. What was I saying? Oh, right, the savings. I feel like most people in the world, if you follow the political climates across the world, most people, okay, however you want to define that, live in this paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. Most people don't have enough savings to withstand a major crisis in their life. So if you've had a major crisis or a damn near major crisis and you had to dip into your savings, what am I going to do? How am I going to survive this? How can I go out and meet new people or have new adventures and have optimism without that security? The other thing that they interjected with, and I was just like, oh, okay. you interrupted my train of thought, was alimony or restitution or something like that. Like you are paying for something that you owe to someone and you don't want to pay that person. It's not that you don't feel you owe it. It's just, screw them. I don't owe them. But it's like, well, you do. But it's that person. I don't want to pay them. So some of you are having that on top of the loss of the money is, I don't want to give it to that person. Screw them. Scorpio, this really sucks. I'm very sorry. I'm very, very sorry, Scorpio. I wish I could help you. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gives you some kind of clarity. Now, next to that Fool in reverse, you do have the Magician. Now, I think, again, you're kind of moving in this circle. This is how you're evolving in this specific situation. You get hit with the bill, you get hit with the loss of the money, you become agitated and, what did I say, aggressively defensive, and then you also, and then the next thing you do is you lose hope, and you lose kind of that adventurous spirit, that spunk, that energy, that push forward, right? Then, I suppose almost out of nowhere, you seem to get a little bit of your gumption back with the Magician card. I feel, yes, enlightenment. They took me right to that halo, which is also mimicking an infinity symbol above his head. So out of nowhere, yes, that makes sense. Out of nowhere, Scorpio, you wise up to something. You wake up to something, a new idea, a new perspective. Some of you, it might be messages. You get something coming into you that revitalizes your I can do this attitude, right? The Magician, he can do it. He's got the cups, the pentacles, the swords, and the wands. He has all the elements at his disposal. He is a manifester. So some of you might be getting back into that. That might be something that you wake up to. It's like, look, I was knocked off my perch for a second, but here I am, a co-creator with the universe. Let me get back to business. This pitfall, this speed bump here is not ideal, but I'm not dead, right? Resiliency with the Magician card. I feel that you come back into, yes, look at that. Like they showed me, and I wish you could see. Sometimes I wish like it'll happen, but I'll be long dead by then. But I wish there was technology that could like transmit or somehow project people's thoughts onto like a screen, like a movie, like a projector. Because what they showed me was those two torches there, they showed me them actually being lit, actually being ignited. So you will be reignited, Scorpio. That's your bag. Okay, you rule transformation, you rule death and rebirth. It is what you do in your damn life. All you do is die and you're reborn. You're, God, all the things about you, Scorpio. Number one, I'm a big fan of Scorpio. I love Scorpios. Some of my favorite people are Scorpios. But you rule that, yeah? You're the phoenix, okay? You're the snake that sheds its skin. It's still gonna be a snake, but man, do they have to get rid of that skin, you know? You are that idea of going from one phase, one status, one way of being, and then moving into another. And it's almost seamless when you do it. It's kind of crazy. My grandmother was a Scorpio, and when I think about that woman over the years that I knew her, she had a lot of different phases. And the one towards the end, I was just like, who the hell are you? You are not my Nana. I do not recall you being like this. It was, if we become friends, Scorpio, I'll tell you all about it. Anyway, so I feel you're just going to be reignited at some point. Now, this is mid-March. It's still the retrograde, okay? Until the shadow period is what? Mid-April, I think? Early to mid-April until the shadow period. So I'm thinking you're not going to rebound for several weeks. But when you do, watch out, world. Watch out for Scorpio. They will be bouncing back. And a lot of it, thank you, we're not done with that. A lot of it is about self-belief. You have to believe in yourself. The magician doesn't doubt himself. He's like, I can make whatever I want. I can create whatever I choose. And then that's how his musical starts. That's how his one-man musical starts. He does not doubt himself. He believes that he can, with the power of the universe, God, Buddha, whoever you believe in or whatever you don't believe in, but with the power of the universe and on his side, he's going to get what he wants. He will move himself into whatever space he needs to move himself into. He will create or have access to the resources that he needs. He will have the spirit, the gumption, the energy, and the ideas that he needs. And he will have the clarity of thought and speech to make it happen. And of course, the emotional contentment as well, right? Now, that was a lot. You guys got a lot for this mid-month. What's your outcome for the mid? Come on, card. And the Tower. Dun, dun, dun. Don't be scared. The Tower. Secondary card. And I've been led to do that. And I love that. I'm liking some of the things this Mercury retrograde has brought into my life. I dislike the things that it's taken from my life. But whatever. I'm really... Anyway. Hopefully those things come back. Now. Secondary card of Aries is the Tower card. So this Marsian energy, right? This upheaval, this charged up energy, explosive energy, rageful energy for some of you. I think this is how you are feeling at the onset of this and maybe a little bit into the fallout in these other three cards. I don't think this connects with where you're going with the Magician, although he might have a hand in doing like another Tower moment. So maybe you have like several Tower moments in succession right now, Scorpio. You might have a Tower moment here and here or there. So I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 might happen to you, unfortunately, within a few weeks or even a month or 2, right? But you can handle it because one of your traditional rulers is Mars, right? Because you're ruled by Pluto, but you used to be ruled by Mars. Yeah, I'm right with that. Scorpio, Mars, yes. So you have this sort of distant relative, second cousin kind of energy when it comes to Marsian business. Mars is about rage and anger, passion and sex, and all these things. Everything that is impulsive, you have a hand in it. So maybe that's also what's going on here. There might be some issues with impulsivity. There might be some issues with things being torn down quickly, shut down quickly for you, for other people. You might be doing this to other people might be doing this to you, and it's just happening. And I feel like they're showing me, I wish I could describe it, but there's like nature videos where you like look at a sky and it's like lightning in the sky, and it's like lightning here, here, like successive lightning in the clouds is what I'm feeling. Like really agitated energy in the sky is what I'm feeling. Okay. Your overall, wow. Might talk about that maybe. Your overall for this time period is the Hierophant. So, Major Arcana card for Taurus. So some of you might be dealing with a Taurus, but you don't have to be. I feel for you, what I'm taking away, yes, exactly, is the lessons. There's some lesson going on for you right now, Scorpio, and whether you want to or not, you better take notes. You don't want to attend this class. You're like, I didn't even sign up for this mess, but I'm telling you, it's a prerequisite. Whatever's going on in your life right now is a prereq. You have to take it. You have to go through it. And you might, yes! And I'm like, you might not like that. And I'm like, but I feel good saying that. And why do I feel good saying that? And I'm just going to do it because I can do it. It's my channel. I do what I want. It's because you have the Wheel of Fortune right behind him. So when I say you must do it, you must. It has to be this way. It's because it's on time for you. We talk about, or at least I talk about the Wheel of Fortune dealing with time, the time of the divine, basically, or divine timing, as many people phrase it. And so you don't want to sit through this lesson. You don't want to be taught whatever you need to learn right now. It's inconvenient to you. I mean, the reason I'm saying you don't want to is because look at the age difference between like these people. Like I've had professors in college that were probably that guy's age and it was unbearable. Can you imagine being like a 10-year-old or like a 7-year-old or however old those kids are supposed to be, listening to this old guy say whatever he has to say? Like impatience. I don't want to deal with you and your rules, grandpa, or, you know, whoever this guy is to these kids. So there's this reluctance to sit through all of this, to have to deal with this. I get it. It's inconvenient. I get it. It's hurtful. I understand. But the tarot is telling you, you got to. You have no, unfortunately, I don't want to tell you this, but you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. You don't like it. I know you don't like me telling you that, but you don't have a choice. Sorry. You, you know? Oh, pick it back up? Okay. The other aspect is marriage. Yes, there it is. Thank you. Because the Hierophant also talks about not just he doesn't naturally talk about lessons, by the way. The reason I picked up on that immediately is because obviously the posture between all the people there and then the stack of books there. And I just got this guidance, like lessons, preaching. That's where it comes in. The lesson part is the prescriptiveness of it. Card of Taurus, the Hierophant, talks about institutions such as schools, such as government, where rules are set out, rules are prescribed, and everybody has to adhere to it, reluctantly or willingly. You must adhere to these rules. And I feel for you, Scorpio. I'm gonna say it because see, Mercury retrograde. Fuck the rules. That's how you feel right now. Fuck the rules. You don't like that. And in terms of a marriage has rules. You know, whatever faith you walk in, whatever ceremony you attend, when you get married, there's like a list of rules in the vows usually. I promise to have you and hold you till death do us part. That's a promise. That's a rule. Maybe some of you held other people in that marriage. You broke the rule. You broke the rule. You know, I vow to love you in sickness and health. You got sick. I cheated on you. I broke the rule. Or they broke the rule. Whoever. So, Scorpio, there is this idea of fuck the rules. The rules have really screwed me over. Or the rules have really backfired in my face. The rules have broken my heart. You know, something like that. There's a resentment towards the rules. There's a resentment towards prescription and sort of, in some cases, stable energy. You're really resistant towards it, and you're really like, screw that, or like I said, fuck it. A lot of F words with you guys. I hope you don't mind. I tried to bite my tongue, but then they were like, just say it. And I was just like, okay, just say it. And maybe that's also a message for some of you. Some of you might be biting your tongue. Some of you might be holding yourselves back in terms of your communication or in terms of who you are as a person, you know, firmly standing that ground. There might be a need for you to speak more or to do more or to go against what is expected or to kind of, I'm not advising you to break the law. Don't do that. But where you can, sidestep those rules where you can. Say your piece, you know? Don't, whatever. I'm not going to go too far into it because this is not meant to be as long as it has turned out to be. Scorpio. This has been your mid-March reading. Did you like it? If you did, you know what to do. Like button down below. Feel free to comment and subscribe, and also share the video. That all would be amazing. I would love you for it. To the moon and back. Will I be back doing a mid-April reading? I don't know. This was like really spur of the moment. Mercury retrograde has done a lot of things for me recently. And this is one thing that I'm like, okay, I can do that. The other things I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, oh, this is trying me. But this I could do. Will I do it in April? Maybe. We'll see. But anyway, I thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Bye.